Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Is she satisfied or dissatisfied? She is just a customer, just like everyone else. Like always, giving it to you raw and unedited. Over to you, the short one.
Hello. So this is the short one. Hopefully I'm not as high as I was last week, but I want to say I'm medication free right now as I'm talking to you, but that would be lying, and I don't like lying. Lying is when you are really in big shit trouble, but I'm not in big shit trouble just yet. Or maybe I am, I don't know. But anyway, I'm not going to lie. But it's not the kind of medication that makes you go a bit doolally. I'm quite sane today. Yeah. Anyway, so, it's a bit of a strange week. Like I said before in one of my podcasts, that ever since I started podcasting, I've become very vigilant. Like, literally, I've got big eyes naturally, even though I try to smallen them. Smallen? What the hell? I think I'm still high. But I'm literally like wide-eyed, and my ears go ping, because I want to hear everything, even a pin drop, even a dog whistle, which I have heard before. This is like many years ago when I was living in Chewin. Chewin is like a villagey thing near Hertford, Welwyn Garden City kind of thing. I think, what's that racing driver? The racing driver. The one who made fun of his nephew for wearing a dress. Oh, jeez. Oh, God, I can't think of his name. Nicole Scherzinger. Driving. Zoom. Oh, that guy. Lewis Hamilton. Rolled out my mouth. His name just rolled out. Yeah, Lewis Hamilton. I think he lived there. I'm not too sure. And I think there's someone else. Alicia Dixon. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so one night, and bearing in mind, this is like my sitting room faced a massive field. On weekends, you see like those personal planes going up and down doing their thing. And my Freeview, that's how far back it was. My Freeview used to get distorted by tractors. So you can picture it. Kind of like Emmerdale Farm, but without the animals, except for when it rained, there were like frogs galore. Now, anyone that knows me knows I don't do anything that's non-human. And I remember, oh God, there's so many stories in one. Basically, let me quickly tell you this one. So, every time it rained, and remember this is Britain, so it rains quite a lot. Every time it rained, and at night time especially, I want to go and get some food or whatever, just to go out. And then I'll just see this, let's say leaves in inverted commas. So you just see them, you're thinking, where are these leaves coming from? And as soon as you come down the stairs, because the stairs were outside, as soon as you come down the spiral steps, as soon as you 2 steps away from hitting ground level, suddenly these leaves will start jumping. Oh, because every time I used to forget they were there, freak out. All the time I'd freak out because all these frogs just came from nowhere. And I had to run back upstairs, shut my curtains, lock the doors, lock the windows, everything, jump in my bed in a fetal position, because I just don't do anything that's non-human. But surprisingly enough, I can let an ant crawl on me. The black ants, not the red ants, because the red ants are meant to be, they bite you or something. But the black ants, I can actually let crawl on me. But anything else, I just don't do. Even, I need to stop talking because I might get done by PETA or by, RSPCA or whatever. But anyway, this is when I can't shut up. I never wanted to shut up. But one time I had a fish tank. I still got a fish tank, but this is the fish that I had before. So obviously, you know that they must have passed away. So I had 3 fish, and they were called Simon and Garfunkel. So Simon and Garfunkel, 3 fish. And I had the base of the fish tank was these. They were meant to be for fish tanks, but the way I'm going to describe them to you sounds horrific, but it's not, because they were actually made for that. I actually bought them from the aquarium shop place, whatever. And it was like broken glass, but it wasn't broken glass. I already done this as disclaimer, so there's no need to sue me or whatever for fish cruelty. But it was like broken blue glass. It was very nice when you had it all lit up. And I remember one time I was sitting there watching TV, and I heard like a because the fish tank was behind me, so I was just heard a tap 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 tap. I remember sat there and I thought, what the fuck is that? And I was too scared to turn around, but I turned around anyway, and I saw that the fish had one of these chunks of glassy decoration things stuck in its mouth, and it was hitting its head against the glass. And I remember thinking, oh shit. Like, what do you do? I mean, you can't give it mouth to mouth. You can't do that compression thing like they do on, like, ambulance drivers do. You know, that douche, douche, douche. You know, got a heartbeat, douche, douche, douche. You can't do that. So I was thinking, oh my gosh. And, okay, like I said, don't sue me. But what I did was I just grabbed my car keys and drove to my mum's house. Because I couldn't handle the noise. And I just thought, oh gosh, I hope the fish are right. But the next day when I did return, the fish was fine. It was swimming around, but it wasn't talking to me because it kept ignoring me. But I don't blame it, you know. But yeah. But I forgot what I was talking about originally. That's what I'm like sometimes when I talk a lot. I've got so much to say. Did the frogs? Why was I talking about frogs? Chewing. Don't do animals. Anyway, I've forgotten. It probably wasn't important. You know what they always say, if you've forgotten it, that means it wasn't important anyway. But most of the time for me it was important, but this time it wasn't. So, you know, it's really weird. Am I the only female or whatever that gets spam emails for erection dysfunction? Because I have no idea where these emails are coming from. They don't know my name, but I feel like writing back saying no, I'm okay, I'm good. But I don't sound like, and then it's like, you know, you get the usual, like, oh, need money for this, oh, yeah, this person died, yeah, blah, 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 blah. You know, give me your details, But for one time, the other day, I just read the actual whole email in full, and I thought to myself, gosh, you know what? I can actually see why people get fooled by this, because some of them sound like, damn, I really want to help you. You know, I'm that kind of person. I really want to help you. You know, it's a shame that, you know, this person died, and I'm the only person in the entire world that if I gave you money, I'll get a percentage back. But I keep thinking it's not about the money. I don't need the money. I just want to help you. You know, we should all help each other. Maybe I should, reply and make new friends and help people. So, yeah. So what's up with the weather this week? 1 minute it was like, I hate summer. I hate feeling hot. I really do hate feeling hot. And I hate seeing people sweating and getting all sticky. But this snap weather, it just came out of nowhere. It was just like, oh my gosh. I feel sorry for anyone that came to visit the country, like, let's say about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and they just bought some light stuff because, you know, it was a bit warm. And suddenly, boom, Eskimo time. Let's rub our noses together just to say hello. So, speaking of, no, that's no link at all. There is no link to what I was going to say. So let's go down to Tesco route. Now, I don't know why, but every podcast seems to relate to Tesco. Tesco, if you're listening, or anyone in Tesco if you're listening, this podcast is not about you. Yeah, I know you're vain, but this podcast has nothing to do with you. But let's go talk about Tesco. Can't get my words out. Let's talk about Tesco anyway. So, during Christmas time, I've had chicken before, but that's not like, they're my favourite. Because when it bursts and the garlic comes out, I've got this thing about oil. I hate oily stuff. But anyway, Christmas just gone. I'd bought some tiny chicken Kiev balls, like small ones, like the size of a 1.5 of a Malteser. Not 2 Maltesers, not 1 Malteser, but in between. And they were in a sphere shape. And nice, when you bite into it, it bursts in your mouth. You go like, I hate to describe it, but it was delicious. Absolutely delicious. So I thought, I think I'm going to binge on some chicken Kievs. So the other day I went to Tesco with my friend. And I said to the guy who was stocking up something in the fridge, and I asked him, I saw the chicken Kievs in the fridge bit, because normally I don't look for things. I just ask straight away, but I just looked to the left or the right. I don't know my left and right, but whichever way. And the chicken Kievs were there, but they were the big ones. So I was looking for the small ones. So I asked the guy if they had chicken Kievs in the freezer section. Now, bearing in mind, it's a small Tesco, so the freezer bit is only, 15 steps from where I was? But again, I don't like looking for things. So he said to me, I said to him, I was like, excuse me, do you have chicken Kievs in the freezer section? Now, I was with my friend, who was standing just not next to me, but one step back. Kind of like, almost like a bodyguard kind of thing. And for some reason, the gentleman in the Tesco uniform turned around, saw me, and bearing in mind my friend is male, okay, looked at my friend in the eye and answered my question to him. Not me, to him. Now, I know I'm short, right? And this guy was a bit on a foot ladder, so he was a lot taller than both of us. Not a lot taller, because my friend's tall as well. My friend's tall, so it's not like he was, I could be missed. All you had to do was just bring your eyes down by another, 10 feet, and you'd see me down there. But he answered a very long, detailed answer, by the way. Like, a very good answer with more than I needed to know. But it was all to my friend, but not me. And I think I remember I said something like, do you have the small ones? Just so that he could be like, oh shit, I'm talking to the wrong person. But he still answered my friend. Now, my friend was now forced to be part of that conversation by just nodding his head, not saying anything. And if you go back to, I think, my first podcast, it's the same friend when that waitress was being a bitch and I was being a bigger bitch, also just nodded his head. So in Tesco, he just like, okay, And I kept thinking, hello, I'm down here. It's me. I'm here. The short one? Yeah, me, I'm here. I can't be missed. But I said, when we walked away, I said to my friend, I was like, why the fuck was he answering you? I asked the damn question. And he was just like, I don't know. Maybe you're just not a nice person. And I thought, oh, maybe. But even if I wasn't a nice person, how does he know that? I asked that question with a lot of respect, with a lot of nicety. How the hell would he know that I'm not a nice person? So anyway, we spoke about, people's perceptions of me for a while. Trying to analyse why that could happen. where I'm literally mouth almighty and I was ignored, you know, but I just don't get it. But anyway, one good thing that came out of the Tesco visit, I taught said friend that you can actually pay for goods at the tobacconist area. He didn't know that you could do that. I said, yeah, for limited items. And I think there used to be 5, but I don't think they've got the numbers thing anymore. So, I mean, I've seen people with like heavy baskets, like loads of stuff in there, going to pay in that area. No one said anything. And I think I've snuck in probably like 7 items, but I've always hid it because I know the days when it used to be 5. I don't want to be called out in public. So I've kind of like, I'd buy things and then hide it under, not hiding as I'm not going to pay for it. I mean, hide it as in it's not in the view of the people behind me in the queue. So, yeah. So, what else is there? So, it's quite funny. So, my wifey, my best friend, so she's got this thing on WhatsApp where she would text me and say, hi Shorty, or how's Shorty doing? And I'm like, who's Shorty? She goes, I'm just reminding you I listen to your podcast. And I'm like, okay. Today she texts me, hi Shorty. So I kind of said to her, Shorty's dead. And I did the middle finger emoji. Now, if you are listening to this, ex-best friend, ex-wife, divorce papers are in the post, and I'm getting the kids. If you are listening to this, I know you don't listen to my podcast because who the fuck is Shorty? Huh? Who the fuck is Shorty? Because you're cheating on me. Biatch. This is the same person who one night I was listening to Tupac, like just songs of Tupac, and I started to mourn him, and I was a bit emotional. I think a tear dropped a little bit, and because I remember thinking, this guy was such a genius, but he was so messed up, you know. But he told us, you know, I didn't choose the streets, the streets chose me, thug life and all that. And I was actually mourning him, and I said best friend, inverted commas, and I said, I'm mourning Tupac. And you know what the response I got was, ooh, look at this tattoo that my daughter made me. And I thought, okay. And then something else happened. I can't remember what it was recently, where it was like, I need you right now. And it was still like, oh, what should I have for dinner? See the people I have around me. But I do love her. My best friend. Love her. So I went to Pizza Express. Pizza Express. It's very nice in there. Everyone was very nice and everything. You know, there was no one to really, really hate. Only thing is that I experience every restaurant I go to is, I want to know this question. Are waiters and waitresses or waiting staff, are they told just to go to diners and ask them how their food is doing while they're chewing? So as if they're told, right, okay, she's just about to put the fork in her mouth. All right, go for it. Now. So, you know, because I've always found that they always ask you whenever you've got a mouthful of food, you know, but all you can go is and you put your thumbs up kind of thing, you look like a right idiot, you know. But one day, I think I'm gonna reply with my mouth full of food open and go, yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, lovely. You know, compliments to the chef. But I just don't get it. And also Pizza Express. I'm sure when I was younger, or maybe it's because I'm grown up now, but I remember when you used to order a pizza, the pizza used to be like huge. Like you could share it with like 5 people, you know. But now the pizzas are so small. Like really small. It's not even like, oh, I'm so full, I'm so stuffed. It's kind of like, you know what, we should have got some garlic bread. With mozzarella. Or we should have got, you know, for like a dessert. But I don't really want dessert because they don't do chocolate cake and chocolate custard here, you know. You kind of feel empty. But I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird. Speaking on the food tip, how the fuck do you cook oven chips? I'm swearing a lot today. I don't know why. Maybe I should take more medication, and that stops me from swearing. I just go into a little la-la land and start talking about weird stuff, William Tell and everything. But yeah, how do you cook oven chips? I have no idea, because I bought some oven chips the other day, put them in the oven. Not all the packet, obviously, because I'm cooking for one. But I thought, okay, put a low heat so it kind of thaws out the chips. And then when you poke it with a fork and it's a bit, and your fork goes through without you having to force it, then you increase it. Because I like to have my chips soft in the middle. Because my favourite part of the chips is the middle of the potato. I don't like that crispy shit. If I want crispy shit, I'd eat crisps. I'm not a fan of crisps. I eat crisps about once a year. But my flatmate said to me, no, you put it on full heat, as in 200. So it cooks from the middle. Did it today. You know how when you wake up in the morning and there's snow and there's ice underneath the snow, so you have to really dig through with a shovel or that spade thing. That's what I was doing to the pan, because not that I forgot I was cooking chips. Baking chips? Cooking chips? Baking chips? Was I baking? I was ovening the chips. But the chips had stuck to the pan. And I had to get that spatula thing. And I was having to use a lot of elbow grease. And I was, like, getting that chips off. And I thought, oh, I should throw away the chips. And I thought, no, there's starving people in Africa. There's starving people around the world. Even in the UK. Everywhere. I should be honoured I've got these chips. So I just thought, just bung them on your plates. So I had I didn't put it this way. Not one chip on my plate was a full chip, because half of it was burnt on the thing. So just take a quick break. So don't forget to visit my website at www.iamjustacustomer.com. On Facebook, look for me there at I Am Just a Customer. And on Twitter, it's at I'm, without the A, I'm Just a Customer. And come and say hi. If you're on the website, go to the contact form and say a secret hello. Oh, that voice was like my Valentine's pre-voice. Because I'm thinking, should I do my next podcast in a hello voice? But then I'm not thinking, can I be asked to? And anyway, whatever. So, anything else I should add? Not much going on, really. But I'll tell you a funny story. So, many years ago, I was with my close friend and we were in a car and we went to the local corner shop to go and buy something. And it was only literally, let's say about a 7-minute drive. 7 minutes. Right. 10 minutes because you had to, give way to some slow car in front of you or something. So we got to the shop and because she was, I can't remember what she was buying, but anyway, it's not important because this is like many years ago. She goes out the shop and it was a summer day and she had sandals on and everything, blah, blah, blah. And she goes into the shop and she comes back into the car and I'm like, oh, set. She goes, yep. So I drive back, all the way back, chatting in the car, laughing, joking, park up the car. And now we're coming out the car. And she was like, where's my other shoe? And I looked at her. And I thought she was joking. I thought, you know, sometimes when people talk, like probably what you're doing on my podcast now, you hear my voice, but you zone in and out. You're probably thinking like other things in your head and my voice is rambling on in the background. So I thought, shit, I've missed something before she said that. And I'm like, what? She goes, where's my other shoe? So I looked down and she's only got one shoe on. So I was like, why the fuck have you only got one shoe? She goes, I don't know. Where's my other shoe? So we were looking in the car, looking underneath, like even looking on the back seat. Like we were just looking. We were looking in the dashboard. We were looking in the glove compartment. We were looking everywhere. Like, I was so close to saying, let's open up the bonnet and look in the engine. Because it was like, where's this girl's fucking shoe? Anyway, so I said, I'm the bright spark. I said, let's drive back. Let's work our way backwards from my journey. So we went back to the shop because we were still like, she was looking out the windows. I was driving, like, looking out, you know, like, where's the shoe? Where's the shoe? And as we approached the shop, there was her shoe in the middle of the road. Right there, in the middle. And then I looked at my friend and I thought, oh my gosh, the friends I pick sometimes. She went and grabbed the shoe in the middle. She was laughing. I was pissing myself. We were both pissing ourselves. And we've never forgotten that story. And I can't put a name to it because I haven't told them to tell the story. But it was just such an amazing moment of our friendship. Like, to think of how the fuck can you get into a car, drive, let's say 10 minutes, and not know you got one shoe on? Like, literally, like, one shoe on. But anyway, so that was my story about RM. So that's it for this week, I'm afraid. Number one, because I need to cough. And I don't cough ladylike, so I need to cough. So, like I said, www.iamjustacustomer.com. Facebook, I'm just a customer. Twitter, I'm just a customer. So hit me up on there. And if you haven't noticed, I've got a new logo. Hope you like it. Gosh, the ordeal I went through to get that logo. But yeah, so love, peace and hair grease. Until next week. Goodbye.